So imagine for just a second that I challenged you to make 80,000 rupees in the next 30 days. But here's the catch. You don't have a job, you absolutely cannot take out a loan, and you're just sitting right there at home. Most people would immediately throw their hands up and say, no way, that's impossible. Well, in this explainer, we're going to completely shatter that myth. We're looking at a brilliant visual guide based on a classic book called 1,000 Ways to Make $1,000. And I'm going to show you a no-nonsense roadmap to building real wealth, literally starting from absolutely nothing. Now, the context behind this quote on screen is just profound. The author, F.C. Minaker, actually wrote this back in the 1930s. Yes, we're talking about the Great Depression, a time when the entire world was facing this severe economic collapse, and people literally did not have money for basic food. Yet, even in the middle of all that extreme poverty, Minaker figured out something incredible. Making money, it isn't about getting lucky. It's not some random lottery. It is a foundational skill. And just like driving a car or learning to cook, it's a skill that absolutely anyone can learn, completely regardless of the economy around them. So here's our roadmap for today. First, the 1930s wealth secret. Second, how to spot problems and validate them. Third, selling expertise and retaining clients. Fourth, starting small and creating value. And finally, taking action now. All right, Section 1, the 1930s wealth secret. Principles forged during the Great Depression that will absolutely work for you today. Moving right along to Section 2, spot problems and validate. Okay, so the absolute first major shift you need to make is realizing that every single problem you see around you is actually a hidden opportunity. Really, where there is pain, there is money. The wrong approach here is just complaining, like noticing your elderly neighbors struggling with their smartphones and groaning, oh, why don't they just learn? Actually, scratch that. The right approach is asking, wait, whose problem is this and will they pay to fix it? Just imagine you step up. You spend, say, 2 hours a week teaching them how to use WhatsApp video calls, UPI payments, and maybe some basic AI tools. And you charge them just 500 rupees a month. If you get 10 houses, boom, that's 5,000 rupees in your pocket with absolutely zero financial investment up front. You simply solved a real problem. Now, if you're thinking, well, that's just small change, let's scale it up. Look at this staggering number, 800 crore rupees. Do you know where that comes from? Back in 2005, a guy named Phanindra Sama was incredibly frustrated because he couldn't get a bus ticket home for Diwali. But instead of just complaining about the broken offline booking system like everyone else, he saw a massive problem that desperately needed fixing. He started Redbus in 2006 with just 5 lakh rupees. He solved a universal pain point, built an online system, and by 2013, he's sold it for an unbelievable 800 crore rupees. You don't need to invent a brand new technology. You literally just need to see what people are missing and give it to them. But hold on, here is the trap. Most people build a massive solution before even checking if anyone actually wants it. So technique 2 is all about validating your idea by selling it before it even exists. Please don't spend 6 months secretly building an expensive commercial kitchen for a new tiffin service. It's just time, money, and energy down the drain if no one buys. Instead, try these simple steps. Step 1, shoot a quick WhatsApp message to 10 friends or neighbors saying, hey, if I deliver a hot, home-cooked daily tiffin for 100 rupees, would you buy it? Step 2, wait for at least 5 firm yes commitments. Only then do you move to step 3 and actually build your kitchen setup. It's like a giant puzzle, and this is the exact validation logic that massive modern startups use today, and Minaker was writing about it way back in the 1930s. All right, let's jump to Section 3, sell expertise and retain. To break out of the really dangerous trap of trading your limited time for money, we have to understand this crucial difference. When you work a standard salaried job, you're essentially selling your time. And time, well, it's strictly limited to 24 hours a day. You have a hard, unbreakable ceiling on what you can earn. But when you switch to selling your expertise, you completely shatter that ceiling. Take a chartered accountant, for example. If they work a regular desk job, maybe they cap out at 50,000 rupee a month. But what if they take their expertise and advise 5 different small businesses part-time, charging each one 10,000 rupees for accounting advice? Boom. They make that exact same 50,000 without the grueling 40-hour-a-week full-time commitment. They've successfully separated their knowledge from the clock. Now, I can already hear some of you saying, but I don't have any fancy expertise like a CA. Listen, if you know how to master Excel spreadsheets, if you can design basic social posts in Canva, if you know how to edit a catchy 30-second reel, or honestly, if you can just write a good prompt for AI tools to generate images, you have highly valuable expertise, for sure. There are countless people and small business owners out there who have literally no idea how to do these things, and they are desperate to pay someone who does. So package what you already know and sell it. Okay, so once you start selling, you absolutely need to know this golden rule. Technique 4 reveals the sheer magic of repeat business. Get this, it takes 5 times less energy, time, and money to sell to an existing customer who already trusts you than it does to go out and hunt down a brand new stranger. Your previous customers are, without a doubt, your absolute easiest next target. Because the completely wrong approach to capturing business is what I call the hit and run. You know the drill. You paint someone's house, take the cash, and just disappear forever. Then, every single month, you're stressed out trying to find new clients. It's exhausting. The right approach? You paint the house, and then you make a note to call them back 6 months later, right after the heavy monsoons, and say, "Hey there, I just wanted to check if there's any wall dampness after all that rain. Should I come take a quick look?" See what you did there? You're solving the very next logical problem. You effortlessly lock in guaranteed repeat income. Retention will absolutely always beat acquisition, hands down. Which brings us to section 4, start small and create value. Let me tell you, the absolute biggest killer of entrepreneurial dreams is overthinking the initial setup. People get completely paralyzed trying to look like a massive corporation on day one. They sit around waiting for the perfect office, a huge staff, and big investment funding. And because of that, they never actually start. The right approach is fully embracing the small beginning. Think of someone who just really loves baking. They don't need a fancy commercial storefront right away. They start immediately by baking a single chocolate cake for a friend's birthday. Then maybe they set up a free Instagram page. That slowly scales into a small home bakery, which eventually grows into a 2 lakh per month corporate catering business. Hey, even McDonald's started as a single roadside burger stall before expanding to over 100 countries. So start small, but definitely plan big. This naturally leads us to the most dangerous and honestly most powerful technique in Minaker's entire playbook. And it begins with a really stark question. Why is it that people who chase money the hardest rarely ever seem to catch it? We see this everywhere, right? The harder someone grasps for cash, the further it seems to slip away. Well, the answer lies right here in this definition of value creation. The ultimate secret is that your focus shouldn't be on extracting money from people's wallets. No way. Your absolute obsession must be creating undeniable value. If you make your client's life significantly easier, better, or just more comfortable, you will never, ever have to beg for a certain price. They will voluntarily and eagerly hand you their money. It's a total game changer. Let me show you exactly what that looks like in practice. Let's compare the average freelancer to the value freelancer. An average video editor takes the raw footage, cuts it exactly as instructed, delivers it, and says, "All right, done." They're just providing a basic commoditized service. But the high-value editor? They edit the video, sure, but they also suggest 3 different custom thumbnails that they know will boost click-through rates. And they proactively advise the client that a 15-second reel will actually perform much better than a 30-second one for their specific target audience. So who is going to earn more? The value freelancer, absolutely. They aren't just giving a service. They are becoming completely irreplaceable to their client's success. And money just automatically follows that kind of value. Finally, section 5, take action now. Because here's the thing, everything we've covered today in this explainer is utterly useless if it just stays in your head as theoretical knowledge. The absolute hardest truth you need to hear today is this. Whether we're talking about the 1930s Great Depression when Minor Ruler wrote this playbook, or today's tough economic climate with job losses and inflation, your lack of money isn't an idea problem. It never was. It is purely a lack of relentless action and execution. So please, stop waiting for the perfect time, the perfect economy, or the perfect setup. Because let's face it, perfection simply doesn't exist. You now hold the ultimate playbook in your hands. You know how to spot problems, validate your ideas, sell your expertise, retain those customers, start small, and create immense, undeniable value. So the only real question left for you is, which of these 6 techniques will you execute today? Don't wait for tomorrow. Pick just one. Take that first small step and start building your financial independence right now.